Shalom, all praise to the Most High. Yahushua, this is Sounds from YYBY. So yes, I'm back with another 8. Where the first video I did was, as you can see in the back, where I was saying 10 things not to do in the recording studio. These next 8 is more like 8 things what the artist should do or what they shouldn't do. Yes, I've grown to a better presentable person, as you can see from the old video, even from my weight size and to the mental level elevated, you feel me? So I'm gonna just get straight to the point. I don't want to talk our ears off. The number one thing I want to talk about is be on time. I said it the first time, I'm gonna say it this time. That's very important. Artists, y'all gotta be on time. It's better to be, even on time. It's like a job used to tell you. If you're on time, that's still late in a way. You want to come at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes early prior, man, because, y'all get here, y'all want to prep, y'all want to get yourselves together, y'all might want to smoke, whatever you do, drink, whatever you do, whatever it takes to get your prepping together for your music. We got to do a mic check. This is the process of a studio. And I expect those who don't have experience to, probably be late. But if you got experience, man, you should know better. Like, come on now. Like, let's be 100. But the point is, you got to be about business. You got to be on time. That's how you burn your bridges if you're not on time. Because that engineer might have another artist. I'm going to give you an example. Say you book from 1 o'clock to 3. The next artist might be coming at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. Matter of fact, the next artist might, based on how you book his sessions, the next artist might come at 3:15. But you came late. So now you pissed off if he start that time early. If he start the time at the exact time you're supposed to be there. You got to be there. You got to be there on time for your jobs. So you got to be on time. That's very important to keep that relationship going. And that's what it's about, man. You got to show people that you're serious with your work and you coming to pay. Why not be on time? You feel me? Number 2 is that be prepared. I said it before. Be prepared. Artists, be prepared. What I mean by be prepared, have your music together, man. Have your music together. Have everything together. If you got music that you're recording, go ahead and send that stuff to email. A lot of the times I let artists know in advance just to give them, I try to give them juice to keep them on point and everything. But at the same time, we grown men, we're not grown men. We're not here to baby you. This is business. And a lot of the times I try to give advice to young boys or, these young women or whoever. Some receive it, some don't want to hear it. All right, cool then. So right there, we know it ain't going to work out with me and you. You might have to find your engineer or studio where you can just do the dumb stuff you do. And, a lot of places like that, people probably run up in there with pistols and do dumb stuff. Because when you allow dumb stuff happens. So you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. Again, you can't bring your kids, your whole family, the Brady Bunch and all that stuff. You got to be prepared. Whatever it takes for you to get your job done, be prepared the same way you prep and know what it takes, how to get to your 9 to 5 or whatever your street hustle is. All right, 3, learn mic technique. What is mic technique? 1, you can't stand too far from the mic. You can't stand too close to the mic. If the pop stop is right here, a lot of the times if the pop stop is right here, you should be about this far from the mic. Not way back here from the mic because you're scared of the mic. Not right here to the mic when you're about to kiss it. You don't want to get germs. But we clean the mics, but I clean the pop stoppers, but still you don't want to kiss it. But you want to be about 6 inches right here. Why? Because based on the mic, how the engineer got the mic set up, it would pick your vocals up better. It would sound as a whole. If this is the mic pop stopper, your vocal, you back here, it would sound hollow. And if they got a gate on the vocals, it will cut your vocals off. It'll sound choppy. Now, If this is your main place, 6 inches from the mic, pop stopper, right? When you get loud, you come back, then you come forward. When you get loud again, you come back. When you get back to your regular voice, you come forward. That's mic techniques. Another mic technique is that sometimes you slant. If this the mic pop stopper, you slant this way and rap into the mic. Or you slant this way and rap into the mic. The reason why, sometimes they cut all that stuff off. That help you bring your vocals in better. No matter, you can have the best engineer in the world. If the recording's not right, or the levels are not right, it won't come out. If the artist is not putting no feeling into it, if the artist not singing on note, if none of these things are properly prepared, it don't matter. Some things you just can't fix. Matter of fact, why fix them? Because you're not trying to pay that much money to get it done. That's the whole thing. You're not trying to pay that money to get all that done. Another mic technique, do not bump the stands. If you got headphones on, let me show y'all. Let me give y'all an example. Artists will have their headphones on, right? They'll put it right here. All that noise going into the microphone. It's cool to take one off because sometimes you want to have one on and you want to kind of hear yourself with your regular ears, like, like real time, the regular way. I get that because I do it sometimes. What you do, you get that headphone piece you taking off and you put it behind your head, right here, to stop that bleed. And sometimes you might just want to hold it, to stop that sound from going in the microphone. That's another mic technique. Another mic technique where artists go through sometimes, I don't know what's up with them, but it seems like they want the mic to be exactly in their face. They want it to be at the level. So if, for example, if this is my height, they want the mic stand to be right here in front of them. When sometimes you want the mic stand just to be a little higher. Why? Because they make you bring your neck up. When you bring your neck up, especially for singers, the words, everything flow out and come out better when you sing it. And sometimes when I said it that way, they look irritated, like they'll understand my concept. But this is the point. Why would you come to the studio and deal with an engineer if you don't trust what he's doing? You want him to make your music sound great, right? So hear him out to get your music to sound great. He know the steps of what it takes. He got to hear you out also. So he got to figure you out, your style, the way you flow, and listen what you do. So now y'all could be on the same page to one accord. But if you come in the studio with all this ego stuff and this attitude, nobody is not dealing with you. You might be mad at the engineer, but nobody want to deal with you. Eventually, you're going to burn your bridges with everybody. Some artists have certain egos, you can't tell them nothing. And some artists come in, they're about it, they get straight to the point. A lot of times you got to tell them nothing. So that's all, mic techniques, man. What's another mic technique? When you singing, right? Some artists just want the music loud. Sometimes they want to sing loud. They want the beat to be real loud in the headphones. No, you don't. When you sing, you want that music to be very low and soft. Why? Because so you don't have to raise your voice when you're singing. This is studio time. This is where you perfect the craft. This is where you do, if you got to do 1,000 takes, do 1,000 takes. This is the moment where you got to get it done right. Because once it's done, this is what everybody will hear every day, forever, especially if it's a dope record that go on the radio. This is what they will always hear. So, you don't always want everything blasting in your headphones. Because the louder the music in your headphones, the louder you got to go on and through the mic. And sometimes when you set the mic perfectly for your vocals, now you peaking because you're going too loud. You're going past the volume. So they say, hey, you got to do that over. You're like, why I got to do that? Because you peaking. You're going too loud. You fighting with the music. We don't want you to fight against the music. All right. This is a big one, man. Artists understanding the process of mixing. A lot of y'all don't understand what mixing really is. Y'all think about a pre-mix. Y'all think about a mix supposed to get done in like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. As soon as you finish the song done. As soon as the song get done, you expect your mix supposed to be done in the next 15, 20 minutes. No. Y'all have to understand the process of mixing is leveling, panning, editing, and processing. That means that we have to clean up the breaths. You might be breathing too hard through the song. We got to clean that stuff up. We got to clean unwanted noises. Again, when you don't record professionally and you got the microphone, all that bleed come in, or you doing all that extra stuff, you might be got gum in your mouth, which you shouldn't have gum in your mouth, all type of stuff. We got to clean all that up, because if you put a compressor on top of that, all it does is make your vocals sound noisy. So that's a process within itself, just to clean up your stuff based on how many tracks you got. So you got to pan stuff. You got to make sure everything fit before you even do a lot of processing. Processing, when you put the effects on there, like the compressors, the EQs, reverbs, and you got to come up with your own creative ideas. Even sometimes when it comes to mixing, it's about putting pauses in certain places. You might want a certain part to sound, with a deep voice. You might want a certain part to have one of those crazy echo things, like how Nicki Minaj uses, like, before they start rapping. It might be like chilling on the corner with my B-boy stand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be like a effect at the beginning. Like, all these things is time. These things is process. And a lot of these things can't get done during the mixing, the recording, I mean. A lot of these things cannot get done during the recording session. You have to wait till the music is done and finished before you could do most of those mixing things. When it comes to leveling and panning, a little bit of EQing, you could do that. I could do that while you're recording your vocals. I could prep it up, give it life, put oomph in it, and all that type of stuff. But y'all gotta understand, y'all need to go learn the real process of mixing. And you pay for what you get. You want it fast, you get it fast, then you be asked. You feel me? Straight up. Like, you would get a premix. You would get a premix. You would get a premix. I guaranteed you. So always find out and learn the real process of mixing, even if you go on YouTube and you watch a video like me right now that's telling you. You feel me? Number 5, if you invest in you, people will invest in you. If you come in looking for a handout, people ain't helping you. People got lives, they got business, they responsible, they got responsibilities. Would you work for free? Would you work at a 9 to 5 for free? Would you sell your little weed and all that for free, like I tell people from the beginning? If you're not willing to do that, I don't understand why you come in the studio or any person's business and expect the same results, my G. You supposed to pay. What you pay for is what you get. You want to be cheap with the prices? Then you're going to get that type of music. Because again, when it comes to this music stuff, it's time. It takes work. You can't rush it. You got to get it right and get it done. Yes, engineers, we have the ability to work fast with you, do different takes with you fast. But when it comes to the mixing process, that take a little time based on how much work you need. Now, the better the artist, the faster it can get done. And sometimes y'all think y'all really great, but you're really off on a lot of parts. And sometimes when we go back and change those parts, y'all don't want it to be changed. So now is at a point now, I don't change a lot of stuff. I keep it basic unless they requesting something to be totally different. They requesting something to be done that's different from the average basic mix. All right, so you have to invest in yourself, man. Nobody want to invest in you. Period. That's anything. That's any business. If you go get your own little barbershop or little business, you got to invest in it before people can take you serious about what you're trying to get done or what you want to do before they come work with you. Right? Number 6, communicate how you want your mix to be done. Because from my experience, some artists, they come in, they thinking that you're supposed to know how to mix their music. And what I mean by that is that every song is mixed in many ways. If you say, hey, just mix my song, an engineer is going to mix it to what he think it should sound like based on how you sound as an artist, based on your skills, your quality of how you sound in the microphone. Many things. He going to mix it to his analogy of knowledge, of experience, of how you should sound on that record. This is why you should always have what they call it. You should have a song that that's familiar to how you want your record to sound. You should say, hey, I want my music to sound kind of like close to this type of record. But a lot of the times we have to remind you what you should want. We have to baby you to say, hey, well, well, do you want your music to sound like a certain song? Because it could be a song where it's called I'm on Planet 9 or something. He might want his song to sound spaced out with a lot of reverb, a lot of delay, on a whole nother level. One person might want their song to sound plain dry, sound exactly like them. It's many ways to go. Like, for example, if this the beat, right? Some artists like they vocals right here over the beat. Some artists like they vocals next to the beat. Some artists like they vocals under the beat. So this is many things that artists have to understand and learn. And we got to school y'all and teach y'all. And when we should be doing work, recording and mixing and mastering for y'all. So when we mixing your record, you want to have a song that you can compare. Say, hey, I want it to kind of sound like this, to give an idea. Because again, if you just say mix my record, you can't expect an engineer to know how you want your record mixed. Nobody can't think what you're thinking. And I get every engineer that listen to watch this video, they will agree with me on this one. I guarantee you. They will agree. Excuse me. They will agree with everything because that's called communication. That is called communication. You want to do that because I get it. Everybody don't like the same thing. It been times where I would add something to a certain artist during the mixing process, right? I would add something to the artist's music and they'd be like, nah, I don't want that. Take that off. And there'd be times where I do, artists be like, yeah, I like that. They never thought about it. I said, I never thought about that. That concept is dope. Everybody like different things. I get it, 100%. You can't satisfy everybody. That's why you got to learn how to communicate with business about how you want your record. If you walk around thinking somebody's supposed to know how you sound when you're a new artist, then you're in the wrong business. You got to wake up. You got to wake up and communicate. Everybody has to communicate. And a lot of the times I tell artists, I give them game, I put them on game. Some listen, some don't. All right, cool. Then that's your loss because I'm trying to help you. Why should I help you how to spend your money right with me? You should already know this within yourself as an adult. But you got engineers who care about the work process. You got some who don't. You got some engineers like, listen, I'm not about to baby you. Come on, what you want to record? All right, cool. Let's record this. Pay me my money. They don't care about that. They're like, if you don't care, why the hell I gotta care? So it's a lot of time when I be giving these Jews to these artists. So that's another tip. You got to communicate how you want your music to sound. If not, the engineer's going to do it to what they think it should sound. And a lot of the times, the engineers have good ears. They know what it should sound like. Even if y'all agree or not. Trust me on that. Number 7, stop trying to get over people. Stop trying to run game. Stop trying to get over people with money. Stop, you know what you paid for. You know what the price was. Now you're saying you don't know or you don't have the money when you get here. No, that's why a lot of people do the booking session, doing the booking fees and stuff like that, like I do, because they're not about them games. And when you come with those games, you always gonna be in the same situation, getting nowhere. So be about your business. You build relationships like that. When you show people that you're about business and you're not trying to get over, that make people want to F with you. That make people want to build a relationship with you, man. Be honest and be with yourself, man. Be right within yourself as a man and a woman and stop trying to come. You got some women who come to the studio, they trying to show their body off, they trying to show themselves, they trying to throw the sex to you to you and all that. No, we ain't doing that. We're about getting this money. We're about doing our job. We ain't got time for that. Some engineers fall for it. Some women can bring sex to the studio and get what they want. Not with me. I ain't with all that. So I'm about straight business. All that don't amuse me. You feel what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that this is Jews and advice to my artists out there. This is to help you. No matter where you go in life, no matter what engineer you deal with, this is to help you out. To better your craft, to build better relationships. And the last one, know your lyrics, man. Don't come to the studio writing lyrics. If you're writing lyrics, cool. I hope you're doing a session where you're doing about 5 hours or something like that. Don't come and say, yo, yo, my G, y'all want to book an hour. Then when you get here, you writing your lyrics. You just killed your own time. You killed your own time. Come prepared so you can knock that song out in an hour if you can. This is YYBY.